Knicks Nation, what is going on? How are you? Tonight is not a good night to be a New York Knicks fan, as your New York Knicks go down 3-1 to the Indiana Pacers and are one loss away from going to Cancun, as they say. Very frustrating game here. Very frustrating game. I'll wait for more of you to trickle in here. Appreciate the follows, appreciate the likes, the subs, all the good stuff. Look, and you thought game 3 was pivotal. Knicks came back from down 21. Game 4, just as pivotal. But there's only one direction where I'm going to go to open up this post game. And me personally, look, I'm a Knicks fan. I love this team. I thought this game was lost based solely on your head coach. I thought Tom Thibodeau lost his game for the New York Knicks. You can agree. You can disagree. Don't care. I thought this game was lost on the Tom Thibodeau substitution patterns in the second half. Abominable. Terrible. How do you not go to DeLon Wright until 9:40? I wrote it down here. 9:50 left in the fourth quarter. You don't go to DeLon Wright. You continue to give us Josh Hart, who has 5 turnovers tonight, bro. Look, rebounding, cool. I love Josh Hart rebounding. I love him. He's the heart and soul of the team. This game was lost based solely on Tom Thibodeau, bro. This is on Tom Thibodeau. Don't care what anyone has to say, man. Don't care what Knicks people have to say. I don't care. This game was lost on Tom Thibodeau. He played Josh Hart too long. He played Mikal Bridges way too long, even though Mikal got hot a little bit in that fourth quarter. After what you saw your bench do in the first half, DeLon Wright probably had his best minutes as a Knick in the first half. This man didn't play DeLon Wright until 9:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Why? I don't understand it. I do understand it, bro. He's stubborn. I do understand it, but I don't want to understand it. Your bench was riding hot, man. DeLon Wright was hot, stealing the ball, hitting his threes. Shamet looked good. These guys were resting on the bench. Josh Hart, first half, came in the game. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter? Didn't sit. Second half, Josh Hart came in the game. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Didn't sit until he fouled out. Didn't make a substitution. Josh Hart, after he had 4 terrible turnovers in the first half. Terrible. His passes are so predictable. He can't throw lobs. He tries to fit the ball in spaces that are not even there. The turnovers tonight were abysmal. And in a pivotal night, in a pivotal game, you go down 3-1, you turn the ball over 17 times. 17 turnovers. After this Knicks team is so disciplined in not turning the ball over. You turn the ball over 17 times. I don't know, man. Tom Thibodeau lost his game. I'm putting this loss on Thibs. I am. Look, we could talk. I'm going to talk about the game, the series of events. I'm going to, but I am putting this loss on Tom Thibodeau. Probably the biggest game, right? You don't want to go down 3-1 to the Pacers. Now they're 1 win away. Look, you're going back home. You can kind of talk yourself into, if we win 1 in the Garden, all we have to do is win game 6 in Indiana and then take it back to the Garden. Okay, if you want to do that, cool. But I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that right now, man. I'm not. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the subscriptions. Smash the like button. Just getting started here on the Knicks Nation post-game show. Let's get to the super chat. Just living. He said he was going to throw it on the super chat. He said Mikal and Thibs lost the game. 5 first-round picks in the trash. Just living. I don't want to go down the 5 first-round picks because I said In the Boston series, Mikal was he played so great for us. But tonight, guys, I mean, I don't know what it is with Mikal. I mean, guys, I kid you not. I think the game changed. Knicks are up 1. First half. Brunson gets the ball. Throws it to Mikal Bridges on a fast break. Right? Throws it to Mikal Bridges on a fast break. And I got Mikal Bridges shooting a fucking midi. Are you serious? Are you kidding me, Mikal? He doesn't like contact. He doesn't like to bang. He doesn't like to. It's the playoffs, man. You had Nembhard on you who was in foul trouble. I think that kind of swung the game because the Pacers after that, they go on a 6-0 run to end the first half. 7-0 run to begin the third quarter. I got Mikal Bridges shooting a fucking mid-range. Excuse me, I don't like to curse. Family show. I'm just so mad. A mid-range jumper fadeaway on a fast break. Unserious. Are we kidding me right now? Are we kidding me? In a pivotal game. And I hate that we're here because that first half was so great for DeLon Wright. I mean, he just brings value defensively. Doesn't make mistakes. He's very switchable on defense. Incredible second quarter for DeLon Wright, a steal. And you know what Tom Thibodeau does, ladies and gentlemen? TikTok, YouTube. Do you know what he does? He doesn't play him until 9 minutes when it's in the fourth quarter. Where it's pretty much, look, I know the game is still gettable at that time, but you go to him for 9 minutes because you probably forgot about him, and then you sub him out within 2 minutes because you got to get Jalen Brunson back in the game. If not anything, why didn't you start him in the fourth quarter? Instead, you want to continue to go to Josh Hart. You want to continue to ride Mikal Bridges. I can't believe Tom Thibodeau coached a game like this. Terrible game, terrible coach game from your coach. Terrible. Honestly, I'm baffled. I'm honestly I don't understand it. It's a type of game where honestly it can get you fired because the decisions that he made in the second half were awful. They were awful. Awful. So now that I got that out of my chest, Knicks lose 130 to 121. Look. This game opened up in the first quarter with Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson going mano-a-mano. I mean, it looked like we were going to have one of those classic games. And you got to tip your hat to Tyrese Halliburton because he played an incredible basketball game. 32 points, 15 assists, and 12 boards, a triple-double in probably his biggest game of his career thus far. No turnovers from Tyrese Halliburton. He just killed the Knicks. Killed the Knicks. In the first quarter, he set the tone. He killed the Knicks. You saw the Knicks try to switch off Mikal Bridges on him, and they put Deuce McBride in the second half, and I thought it was actually bothering him, but they went right back to Mikal Bridges, and Mikal Bridges was not staying in front of Tyrese Halliburton. He was lagging behind picks, slow to get over picks, and Pacers, that's their offense, run and gun, pick. And the Knicks were getting caught, Mikal Bridges especially, so Tyrese Halliburton had a phenomenal basketball game. For the Indiana Pacers. They also got good contributions out of Ben Mathurin, who has given them nothing. He played physical. He played really well for them. And here we are. Look, now you got to hope Karl Anthony Towns is okay for game 5. But, I mean, Mitchell Robinson, 19 minutes. I thought in the third quarter he actually came out really well. And look, Brunson looked awesome. Knicks got into a free throw. That's why the free throws are so up, because in that third quarter, the Pacers, the Knicks, they were living at the free throw line. But, Josh Hart, I thought just an awful basketball game from him. He had 4 first half turnovers, yet he was playing so many minutes. I thought at times I really wanted Deuce McBride to come in for either Mikal or Josh Hart, and Tom Thibodeau didn't make that switch. Coaching decisions that I don't understand. Karl-Anthony Towns, just an amazing second. I think it was the second quarter for Karl-Anthony Towns. They were feeding off him. As you see, is this Knicks team, when Karl-Anthony Towns is the focal point on offense, they're really hard to guard. They're really tough to beat. And look, Brunson gave you 31 and 5, 2 steals. OG Anunoby, I thought, missed a lot of open threes tonight, 1 of 7, and I would say all 7 of them were open, besides that one that he hit. Excuse me. He had a tough one over Siakam, and it was OG Anunoby hits his 1 3 that he hits was his toughest 3 probably in his NBA career. 6 prior were probably open. Baffling. Mikal Bridges got going in the 4-5 from 3. I think he had 3 threes in a 4th or 2 threes in a 4th. But the fadeaway jumper at the end of the first half, I honestly can't believe it. I'm giving Mikal Bridges, I would honestly give him a D minus if I was to give Mikal Bridges a grade. Then he tried to get going in that 4th, missed a lot of open shots. And here we are, guys. We're down 3-1 to the Boston Celtics. To the Indiana Pacers, excuse me. I'm all over the place tonight, guys. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the subscriptions. Cola Boy, appreciate the subscriptions. Eddie says that dagger 3 by Toppin hurt. What's going on, Eddie? Yeah. You can't write it any better. Obi Toppin hits a dagger 3. Obi Toppin in game 1, dagger. El Figa says DeLon Wright had Hallie locked up, and then Thibs puts hearts on him in the second half. Yep. A lot of comments to catch up on. El Figa says JB had 5 assists. Halliburton had 15. Eddie says we need a coaching change. Castro says, what up? So many mistakes this game that cost us to lose. West End said refs against the Knicks. NBA referees are terrible, man. They are absolutely awful. Not blaming this game on the referees. I'm not that person. But NBA, get your shit together, man. The referees are terrible, man. Terrible. Awful. And look, Knicks shot a bunch of free throws tonight, but again, the Pacers were in a penalty and a bonus, and that's what led the Knicks to get to the free throw line constantly. But they missed so many calls in the 4th quarter, so many momentum calls. The NBA referees, the product, even in game 3, where they caught a travel on Karl-Anthony Towns, a foul on Mikal Bridges, just has been awful. That's all I'm going to say about the referees. Joe Skilva says, I'm afraid it may be time for a new coach. No kidding. Mikal Bridges couldn't hit layups, people. Layups. Yeah. The thing is, he doesn't want to, when he's underneath the hoop, he doesn't want contact. He wants to shy away from contact. He doesn't want to bang. I don't understand it. It's the playoffs, man. It's the playoffs. On a fast break, you're going to take a fadeaway mid-range jumper? You better make it. That's his go-to. Right? He loves that shot. He's really good at that shot. But on a fast break, that's your shot. That's your shot. Not going into your defender. Not driving into your defender. That's your shot. A fast break mid-range jumper. And after that, Pacers go on a little run. The close of these quarters, man. Second quarter, Knicks played really well. And why? Because the bench, right? And Brunson got them there. It started off as like a no one could miss. Knicks actually weathered the storm in the first quarter. The bench got them back in the game in the second quarter, along with Towns. What are we doing? Coaching malpractice, in my opinion. Right? Dino. What's going on, Dino? Oh, man. El Figi says, guys, it's time to admit the Pacers are the better team with a better coach. I love my Knicks, but we are not as good. I think we are good. I just think Tom Thibodeau's getting out-coached. And tonight, it's his decision. I think, look, we're going to hear him speak in a bit, and I just think Tom Thibodeau just coached a poor game. And look, somebody said in TikTok, every momentum play went the Pacers' way. The turnovers were honestly terrible. Like it's for those turnovers to be like Josh Hart had 4 of them in the first half, right? Knicks finished with 17 turnovers. Pacers had 11. You can't keep turning the ball over like this. Your season's pretty much done, right? One game and you're out. What does Josh Hart have to do to get subbed out? If he's not playing well, if he keeps turning the ball over in the first half, if it's anyone else, Thibs is yanking him. Do you feel bad that you benched him and now you just want to play him? What is it? I thought Hart and Bridges, the stretches of minutes that they played in that third quarter, uncalled for in my opinion. Uncalled for. Where you need a defense, right? I mean, the Pacers 33 points in the third to the Knicks 27. In the second quarter was the Knicks' best defensive second quarter. Why? Why? Delon Wright had his best game of the season as a New York Knick. In that second quarter with Shamet. You don't go back to him. Malpractice. Frustrating. I'm frustrated, guys. I am. Because when you lose a game because of coaching, and look, it's not just because of coaching. It's the turnovers, man, but the rotations sucked tonight. They did. They absolutely sucked. They sucked. D. Tyler says Knicks in 7, I guess. Dib starts Mitch and still has to play Josh 36 minutes like normal. Yeah. It's like he feels bad that he benched Josh Hart, so I'm going to just keep playing him. I don't care about the turnovers. And look, Josh Hart does so many great things, man. We love Josh Hart. Everyone loves Josh Hart. Everyone on YouTube, we love Josh Hart. Biggest rebound of the series in game 3. Went up and grabbed that rebound, won the Knicks the game, right? You went too long with him tonight, man. Deviate, man. I don't understand it, man. I don't. And it's like we have a bench, but this man, he refused to play them. He refused to play Shamet. He refused to play Delon Wright. And then he plays them. Then they perform well. Then they perform well tonight. Then they perform well yesterday. And he refuses to go back to them. Delon Wright should have been playing over campaign. You guys know it on YouTube. I've been preaching for Delon Wright. Refuse to go back to him. Mr. Nice, appreciate the super chat. Says Josh Hart got a letter on Thibs. 36 trash minutes. You got something on Thibs, man. Got something on Thibs. Here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Down 3-1. Joel says Deuce should have played more minutes. I agree, Joel. I agree. That stretch in that third quarter, that stretch even in the second quarter with Josh Hart, I didn't understand it. Deuce, I know you wanted some size in there, but Deuce McBride I thought should have played more. And look, Jalen, like we can get to Jalen Brunson, 9 and 19. He opened up this game hot. I think he had 14 or 15 points in the first quarter, just looking like a man on a mission. He's heard the noise. He's heard the ball hog nonsense and this and that. But again, the Knicks, when Jalen Brunson's on the bench, again, they've been playing well with Jalen Brunson on the bench. They've been playing extremely well with the captain on the bench. And he played the entire third quarter. He sat in the fourth quarter. Then the lead he sat in the fourth quarter to start the fourth quarter. Dibs didn't put Delon Wright at that moment. I'm sitting there like, are you serious? Then Delon Wright comes in 9:50. Then the lead, then he's like iced out already. He's on the bench too long. You took too long to go to him. The lead balloons then Jalen Brunson comes back in the game. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. If you look at the plus minuses on the game, guys, the people that are positive tonight, Karl-Anthony Towns, Delon Wright, and Landry Shamet. The plus minuses on the team, Karl-Anthony Towns, DeLon Wright, and Landry Shamet. In that second quarter, they were playing phenomenal. And you don't go back to them in the second half. And that's the game. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Get those likes up. Appreciate you guys rocking with me on this Tuesday night. Knicks are one loss away from heading home. Their season's on the brink of elimination. And here we are. Appreciate you guys in TikTok rocking with me. Frustrating night to be a New York Knicks fan, especially frustrating when you have a stubborn head coach. And I've been riding with Thibs this entire playoffs, but all it took was one mistake, a few mistakes like this, and this one was a big one. This one was a big one. Like, you got to the Eastern Conference Finals, great, but I just can't gloss over this. I can't gloss over this mistake, and I'm not going to. So here we are. I mean, Josh Hart didn't show up. Yeah, he played a lot. Mikal Bridges didn't show up until a little. He started to get going in the fourth quarter, but he played a lot. Josh Hart had 5 turnovers. Mikal Bridges had 3 turnovers. 8 turnovers between them. Your captain, Jalen Brunson, 3 turnovers. DeLon Wright, no turnovers. Towns, 2 turnovers. You look on the Pacers sides, Halliburton, no turnovers. Game. Turn the ball over, you're going to lose. You turn the ball over, you're going to lose. So that's the main culprit. Turnovers. The rotation second. But here we are. 3-1. How we feeling? I don't feel well. I don't feel well. I tell you that. Mr. Nice says Deuce, Shamet, and Wright should have been taking Josh minutes. Yes, agree. DJ Airhorn for that. Loud and clear in here. Appreciate the members in here. Appreciate the members. Thank you for the support as always. Really appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone in here. Zaire says Pacers move the ball. Everyone runs the floor. Knicks get rebound and look for Brunson. TA says we need shooters on this team. That's a big problem on this team, and that's why when Shamet came in the game, he has a quick release, and he shot 45% in the last, 10, 15 games of the season from 3. Hey, I'm just a guy with a mic. Say Quizzy says we are not a smart team. Slow starts in the first, slow starts in the third. If you can't get stops, you are not winning. What's going on, Say Quizzy? You guys can hop in the Discord. Link is pinned up in the description. I mean, in the chat. If you guys want to voice your frustrations a little bit later, I see you guys waiting. Get to your calls a little bit later. But yeah. Joel says Josh doesn't even attack the basket anymore. Not sure what's going on with him, but he's been a liability offensively and defensively. Jose says bad coaching too. Wasn't meant for us this game. It just sucks we're down 3-1. It should have been 2-2, man. Yeah. Frustrating. Christina says this game was Knicks versus refs. Lucas says we need Dante DiVincenzo. Oh, boy. Do anything to get him back, man. Jose says in bad coaching, too. Wasn't meant for us this game. Yeah, I just read that. I'm all over the place. Wayne. What's going on, Wayne? Hope all is well. What's sad is as good as they played and as poorly as we did, we were still in it. Yeah, I mean, it's a close game in the fourth, and you're sitting there like, let's go. Like, let's do this again. Like, we're back. We're going to do this again. And then they just couldn't generate stops. A foul call on Josh Hart that I thought was questionable. Bridges had great looks to bring it to bring the game closer in that fourth quarter. Just missed them. You had a terrible foul call again on the Knicks. And it just compiled after that, and they just couldn't withstand that momentum, right? And look, credit to the Pacers. They're a great team, all right? They're a great team. So I thought in the first half, the Knicks, especially in that first quarter, the Knicks are very slow fighting over picks, right? Very slow. And I thought, Deuce McBride actually did a good job on Halliburton. Fighting over the picks, going over the screens, going over well. I thought Deuce actually did a good job on Halliburton. And then, they took Deuce out and they put Mikal on Halliburton again. That's the Pacers, man. They're fast. They run you over. They run you through like 10 screens in a possession. It's fascinating. Double screen. And the Knicks, when you have Jalen Brunson out there, when you have Karl-Anthony Towns out there, even though Karl-Anthony Towns, I thought, has done a better job in these last couple of games in terms of his defense. Picked up 2 fouls again in the first quarter. He's got to stop that, by the way. But I thought Towns has actually looked better defensively. But when you have those two on the court at the same time, defensively, it's a problem against this Pacer team. And that's why you see this Knicks team struggle out the gate. They try to throw in Mitch, and look at it. I think Pacers kind of combated that tonight with Mitchell Robinson. They did a great job boxing him out. Boxing him out in the first half wasn't really a factor in the first half for the Knicks. Then in the third quarter, you saw Mitchell Robinson start to get going. Actually hit two free throws. And Pacers made their adjustments. Knicks rolled with Brunson the entire third. And Tom Thibodeau did not go back to that Towns, Shamet, Wright lineup until when it was practically too late. I don't understand it. I don't. Like, I'm back here. I'm back here again. I don't understand. Game 4. Season is practically on the line. DeLon Wright plays so well in the second. And I know I'm boring you guys with this DeLon Wright talk, but I really don't. Like, somebody try to make it make sense for me. Like, please. I don't get it. I don't. Dude plays so well in the second quarter. He didn't go back to that lineup when Towns, DeLon Wright, Shamet were playing so well together. That's why people don't like Thibs. Right there. Took him a while to get to the bench. We had one. And he didn't go back to them. Loud and Clear says Mitch took over for a 6-minute period in third. Yeah. Third quarter, Mitch looked great. Start the third, dominant. And then he got subbed out for, I think he got subbed out for Hart. Or Hart came in for Towns. No, I think he got subbed out for Hart. Look, the issue with this team currently, I think egos are involved. I think this team has an ego problem. I think they have a stubborn problem, and it starts with their head coach, because the constant playing of Josh Hart tonight was just uncalled for. And Thibs didn't want to deviate because he trusts Hart over anyone else. And cool. But when Josh Hart has 4 turnovers in the first half, when he's not playing well, you have your bench playing well. Adjust. That's called an in-game adjustment. He doesn't start Josh Hart. So instead of not starting him, he still has to play him a lot. And look, in the last game, Hart grabbed some big rebounds in the fourth quarter. But this game, it didn't warrant for that. It didn't warrant that in the moment. The third quarter, it's just too much Josh Hart for me. Too much. And here we are. I think, look, Brunson is always going to have the back of Tom Thibodeau. So reporters, stop asking Jalen Brunson about Tom Thibodeau. And look, Tom Thibodeau is a great head coach. He's been solid for us. I love Thibs. I have a love-hate relationship with the guy. But tonight I'm blaming it on him. But Jalen Brunson is a wrong person to ask about Tom Thibodeau, because he is going to just praise him and praise him and praise him and praise him. Because he's going to play a lot. And as he should. Thibodeau has done a great job, he's had a great Knicks tenure. Great. But it's nights like tonight that bring me back to why? Why are you doing that? Why did you do that? Why did you not do that? Why did you do that? Why did you not do that? Come on, man. It's a fascinating thing. What for everyone in the media, all the Knicks fans, all the Knicks reporters, Alan Hahn, they're saying the New York Knicks do not have a bench. That is their weakness. They do not have a bench. Right? They say the Knicks don't have a bench. Delon Wright and Landry Shamet showed you that they have a bench. And even we saw Precious in the first half because of Cat's foul trouble. But Tom Thibodeau doesn't want to go to them. Just doesn't. That's why I say, if you give the Knicks the bench this summer, well, it doesn't matter. Like, it's... If you... First of all, it's going to be hard to based on the apron. But if you give Tom Thibodeau a bench, he's not going to go to them. Do I think the Knicks will win Game 5? I do. I think the Knicks are not going to go out like this, Zach. I think the Knicks are not going to go out like this. So I think we're going to win Game 5. El Figure says, knowing how Halliburton carries himself, his father's low lively behavior against Giannis, who is one of the most decent guys in the league, doesn't surprise me. Yeah, and they unbanned his father tonight. He was in a building up in a suite, wasn't at the baseline. Joel, what's going on? Appreciate you, Joel. Frustrated. Mr. Nice says, might have to interview the Grizzlies' old coach. Just Rover says 2 words, Johnny Bryant. I love Johnny. Love Johnny. Look, you're down 3-1. It's not over. It feels over. But it's, to me, like, I go back to it. I think this game was lost from Tom Thibodeau, and we're gonna hear him speak. I wonder what he has to say about this. I really do. But look, there was a period in the fourth quarter where the Knicks got called for like 5 straight fouls, by the way. And Indiana was out of control. I think OG and Obi OG and Obi got whacked by Pascal Siakam. They didn't call it. Then they call a foul on OG and Obi the very next play. Guys, the referees have been terrible. Like, they've been awful. I'm not blaming the referees, but they've been terrible this whole series. Knicks versus everybody is here, but no excuses, I guess. No excuses. Big T says, we have to blame someone, I guess. Thibs it is. Guys, if you're watching the game, how could you not? Look, Josh, Hart was bad. Mikal was bad until the shots he hit in the fourth quarter. Brunson opened up the game hot. Right? Got to the free throw line a lot in that third quarter. A lot. Cat was awesome in the second quarter with the bench. Right? Even though after picking up his 2 fouls in the first again. Dumb fouls. Right? Delon Wright was awesome in that second quarter. Landry Shamet was pretty good in that second quarter with Cat. Third quarter, the Knicks couldn't stop anybody. Pacers put up a 33 spot out of halftime. They go on, I think I wrote it down here, a 6-0 run to end the first half and a 7-0 run to begin the second half. Still stuck with the guys. Come on, man. Pivot. If the bench got you back in the game in a second quarter with Karl-Anthony Towns, and the same thing happened in the third quarter with the starters, wouldn't you think to put back in the same guys that helped you get back in the game in the third quarter? Oh, no. Sorry, man. I'm just a guy with a mic. You guys see it, man. Come on. Knicks and 7, I guess. Knicks and 7 is a new wave, man. Knicks and 7 is a new wave. I'm frustrated. I'm upset. I don't know what if Tom Thibodeau has spoken yet. If the guys have spoken. But here we are, guys. Bottom line is you can play the blame game, Thibs, Brunson, but we're down 3-1. Game 1, I knew we were going to be here, man, because this series should be 2-2. Knicks choked away game 1, and you're down 3-1. Now this Knicks team has to find a way to get this series back to Indiana and put the pressure back on Indiana, right? Seems like every one of these games down the wire, right? Let's get to the positivity sign. Every one of these games down the wire has been pretty close, to say the least. Pretty close. Tonight got kind of close in the fourth quarter. So, Knicks have to come together, blow this Pacer team out in game 5. I know, blow them out, win by 1. I don't care. Just win. Don't go out on your home court. Don't. And let us get crazy. 3-2 going back to Indiana. All we have to do is win 1, then game 7, man. Let us get a little crazy, right? Just living. Appreciate another super chat. Says it's time to start creating the Giannis package. Not yet. When it's officially over, not yet. One thing I'm not going to do with this Knicks team is count them out. I'm still going to be positive after I was negative for the first 36 minutes. This Knicks team, all season long, has been through adversity. It wouldn't shock me if we come out and win game 5 and this goes back to Indiana. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. But we got to find a way to get to that point. We got to find a way to get to that point. So, here we are. Jacob says, fire Thibs, I demand it in the TikTok. How bad do we think Cat's knee injury is? I don't know. I hope it's not bad. I think he just bumped his knees. Naismith, I don't know if you saw that replay. Naismith looked like he really bent his knee back. I think he stayed in the game after that, by the way. And yeah, I mean, this was a back and forth, man. I mean, up until the third quarter, really. And the foul calls just got insane, right? I mean, this was a critical possession right here in the fourth quarter. Inbounding the basketball. This is where Josh Hart fouled out. 121-114, critical possession here. First of all, I think they called, they slowed up the count. There should have been a 5-second, by the way. Good pass, Josh Hart, foul. He's out the game. Yeah, I'm trying to go through my highlights to see what else I got. Oh, Mikal Bridges not being aggressive. Again, I've counted like 2 times already. Like, no, I think like Mikal Bridges missed like what? 2 layups tonight? 2 layups? Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. This is in the fourth. 7:29 left. Josh Hart, boom. Right there to Mikal. Pump fake. Go up for the layup. Go up strong, buddy. Go up strong, Mikal. Please, go up strong. You know what he does? Nah, I don't like that. It's actually a good pass. OG missed it, though. That's one thing. If there's anything that frustrates me about Mikal Bridges, it's that. It's the lack of aggressiveness. It's that. And look. This foul call on Josh Hart I thought was BS too, by the way. Like the way the fourth quarter was being called. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I can go down the list. Here's the highlights. Here's the OG Anunoby play that I was talking about. His critical moment in the comeback. OG Anunoby. Watch Siakam behind him. Whack. Whack. See OG right here. Come on, bro. Look, it's the playoffs, man. Whatever, man. Dakota says missed shots and a lot of layups. Nostalgic. What's going on, Nostalgic? Just going over this Knicks loss. Knicks are down 3-1. 3-1 in the series. El Figue says, just saw this post game when he was asked about why he kept Josh Hart out there. He said, for hustle and continuity. What the F does that even mean? Tom Thibodeau lost this game for the Knicks, man. He did. He did. The coaching, look, I don't know what would have happened if you went to DeLon Wright in the third quarter, but all I know is they played an incredible second quarter. For you not to reward them again until the fourth, for you not to reward DeLon Wright again until 9:50 to go in the fourth quarter, and for you to play him for 2 minutes and then yank him, when he has been one of your best defenders ever since you went to him, it took you so long to yank Campaign out the damn rotation. You finally yank Campaign out the damn rotation. You go to DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright has been phenomenal for you. Phenomenal. And it's like you didn't go to him because, why? Because you're stubborn. Stubborn. You lost the game. Now what? You're down 3-1. Make it make sense. DeLon Wright has actually been one of your best defenders. One of your best defenders. And we saw a lot in that second quarter. The switching, the steal. He hit a corner three. He can shoot. The length, the recovery on switches. Actually, he's been one of your best defenders. That's why in this basketball game, the Pacers' lowest scoring quarter was what, ladies and gentlemen? The second quarter. The second quarter. And then you don't play McBride more. When Josh Hart is turning the ball over in the first half, I got to watch him try to attempt lob and try to just fit the ball into crevices that don't need to be, like with a turnover, giving the Pacers momentum, turnover, and you keep going to him. You keep sticking with him. It's an ego thing, man. It's an ego thing. And look, I know Josh Hart said he went up to Tom Thibodeau and said he wanted to be benched, and if that's the case, do it. But you know Tom Thibodeau felt bad, and that's why we're seeing a lot of Josh Hart now. Josh Hart does not need to be playing this amount of minutes. He doesn't. He doesn't. Deuce opens the floor, spreads the floor. DeLon Wright shoots better than Josh Hart. I know Josh has been shooting the ball well in these playoffs, but come on now. Come on. I know he had a double-double. 12 points, 11 boards for Josh Hart. He's going to do that if you play him 36 minutes. But the 5 turnovers, the fouls, awful. Awful. Loud and Clear says fourth quarter lost us the game. Yeah, I really think it was the third into that fourth, which really kind of swung the momentum a little bit, and Tom Thibodeau was slow to react to it. It's like he didn't believe what he was seeing. It's like he forgot DeLon Wright was on the bench sitting there. The Hart thing, look, I love Josh Hart, but sometimes you got to scale it back. You do. Chris says Thibs froze. Jacob says Thibs was never a good coach to players, just make him look good. Half the Knicks fans on TikTok already fired Thibs tonight. It's Thibs, guys. I think that's what lost. Look, I think tonight, man, you can blame it on Thibs. It's okay. You can blame it on Thibs. You can. And look, I got to sit here and listen to radio station after radio station in New York when they take calls with fans that blame Tom Thibodeau and that complain about Tom Thibodeau. Are there some crazies out there that want him gone no matter what? Yes, that I don't agree with. But they don't agree with it either. I got to listen to radio station after radio station, just make excuses for him. Just keep on making excuses for him. I don't understand it. I don't. I know he's done a great job in New York. I know he came here and changed the culture. I understand that we reached the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. Thibs deserves some of that praise. He does. He does. We beat the Boston Celtics. We beat the defending champs, right? He made his adjustments. But tonight especially, I think in this series you're seeing the experience. You're seeing the coaching experience. He's being outcoached by Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle has a ring. Tom Thibodeau does not. So he's met his match and then some. And that's why we are here. That's why we are here. Appreciate you guys in the YouTube. Smash the subscribe button, like all the good stuff. Get those likes up, guys, even though the Knicks don't like us. Tonight was one big... Oh, man.
Bruh.
That's what it was. Tom Thibodeau.
Bruh.
Don't understand it. Just one big... And now you got to pull yourself together, hop on a plane, go to New York, and figure out a way to get this thing back to Indiana. Or you can lay down. Whatever you want to do. But I don't think that's in the Knicks' character. You're home. It's taken like a similar... Right? It's like a similar path to the Celtics series. Right? You lost the first 2 games. They lost the first 2 games at home. Game 3, they won at home. Game 3, they came into MSG and won. Game 3, you came into Indiana and won. Game 4, you won against Boston. Game 4, Pacers won. Game 5, Boston went back home, gave it their all in front of their fans. Didn't go out in front of MSG, in front of the fake garden. That's what I want. Just get it to Game 6. And anything can happen. Just get it to Game 6. Right? 3-1 comeback loading. Jet says, I want to cry. The fake garden. The fake garden. Oh, man. Thibs froze. This Rover says some Knicks fans would defend Thibs harder than their own family members in court. Yep. Some creators, too. I see it. I'm prowling. I'm out there. And look, up to this point, he's done good. But this series, he's made some questionable stuff. He's been outcoached. Tonight was baffling. Really baffling. This Rover says, we ain't winning at home. We suck at home.
Bruh.
Come on, bro. It's not that. We need some positivity in here. Come on. El Figi says, we're winning despite Thibs, not because of him. Remember what I said Saturday? We saw DeLon and Landry because Thibs' hand was forced. Yeah. Jose, what's going on? If we get blown out Game 5, some bench players need to Nah, chill. Chill. None of that. We don't want that. We don't want that. Loud and Clear says Carlisle has outcoached Thibs into the hack Mitch situation, and now he's got Thibs benching Mitch in the 4th. Mind games. Completely outcoached. Yep. And look, Mitch was really good in the 3rd, opening up the 3rd. Mitch had 5 offensive rebounds, right? I mean, Pacers grabbed some big rebounds there late in the 4th quarter. Big rebounds there late in the 4th quarter. And Anunoby missed a rebound. And that's not his strong suit. OG Anunoby, if there's any weakness in his game, is rebounding. Can't rebound. Mikal doesn't want to be pushed. Mikal doesn't want to fall on the floor. He doesn't want to, like, that's not Mikal. Mitch, Cat, Josh Hart, double digits with 11 rebounds, 4 offensive. Shamit gave you 2 rebounds in 11 minutes. I don't get it, man. I don't, man. I don't. I'm frustrated, man. Mikal Bridges is dissecting Mikal Bridges is like, I don't know, like, he's such a like, the first 3 quarters he can be a ghost. 4th quarter he hit what, like 3 threes. And you're like, okay, Mikal's starting to get hot. Let's go. But in the first few quarters, I mean, when he starts, you could tell in the beginning of the game they want to get him going. He's missing his fadeaways. He missed a lot of easy ones. The typical shots Mikal Bridges hits, he missed. And again, those of you just joining me, I think the momentum kind of really flipped. Knicks up 1 They take DeLon Wright out at the time. Jalen Brunson passes the ball to Mikal on a fast break. Dude takes a fadeaway mid-range jumper on a fast break, missed. You even got Josh Hart waving his hand like, bro, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Do you like contact? What kind of shot was that, man? Chris says, hit that like and subscribe, bro, and it helps out the channel a ton. Appreciate all the y'all. Chris, what's going on, man? Wayne says, Mikal plays like everyone got the cooties and he doesn't want to get touched. Mikal plays like everyone got the cooties and he doesn't want to get touched. Danny, appreciate the follow. We're here, man. We're one loss away after reaching the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 seasons. A lot of Knicks fans, said, oh, we got the Pacers now. We just beat the defending champs. We should be able to take out the Pacers. No problem. Right? If it was last year, if we were healthy, we would have won. Last year's last year. This year's this year. Be careful. The Indiana Pacers are a really good basketball team. They are a team in which you cannot turn the ball over against. You have to get back in transition. You have to sprint back in transition. You have to fight over picks. You have to communicate. You can't turn the ball over. And that's exactly what the Knicks did tonight. The Indiana Pacers are a machine. They are really, really good team. They have a ton of chemistry. They pretty much kept the same group as last year, right? And now I got Obi Toppin hitting daggers against us. Fitting how that works. I got Obi Toppin hitting daggers against us. Obi Toppin hates Tom Thibodeau. That's why the Knicks traded him. He couldn't stand being in New York. Obi Toppin, ladies and gentlemen, when he was a Knick, what were Chris, my podcast co-host, me, a lot of Knicks fans, preaching? Obi Toppin couldn't even play more than 10 minutes a game when he was with the Knicks. He was on our bench. This is why when people say the Knicks need a bench, Tom Thibodeau won't play them. He won't play them. Obi Toppin goes to Indiana, and I know he's not like a superstar or this fascinating player, but he goes to Indiana, finds a system, finds a right team for his fit, for his role, that knows how to utilize him, that's not afraid to go to him, that's not afraid to close with him, and Rick Carlisle. And game one, he was huge for them. Tonight, he had a dagger 3. Probably looked at Tom Thibodeau. Obi Toppin hated Tom Thibodeau when he was here. Hated him. You even had that leaked audio where dumbass doesn't know how to coach. That's from Obi Toppin. Now he's on the verge, back-to-back seasons, advancing against Tom Thibodeau. So again, when you say the Knicks don't have a bench, DeLon Wright, Landry Shamet played their ass off in the first half. Couldn't see the court in the second half. Obi Toppin was on this team. And at times he was playing better than Julius Randle. And Tom Thibodeau refused to play him over Julius Randle. Refused. I remember the game against Cleveland a couple of years ago where Tom Thibodeau finally closed the game with Obi Toppin over Julius Randle. And everyone's like, wow, okay, Thibs, thank you. But that's not in his DNA. He's going to go to his starters. He's going to go to his guys. And that sometimes is great. I'm not arguing that. But sometimes, like Tom Thibodeau says, the game will tell you what to do. Right? Those are the words from Tom Thibodeau. And he doesn't use his own damn words. Chris says poetic for Obi Toppin. Time to have nightmares for that Obi Toppin 3. Yeah, man. Here we are. Somebody say, yo, bro, CD's open. Throw it to him. Oh, man, you guys are hilarious, man. PR, Chris says the game was telling Thibs to bench Josh Hart, and he did it.
Bruh.
The game was telling Thibs to bench Josh Hart, and he did it. That's what the game was telling Tom Thibodeau. The game was telling you to play more DeLon Wright, and you did it. You don't even believe what you're saying. And look, I hate that I'm just a guy with, on YouTube talking about my favorite team, and, Tom Thibodeau was, this very established head coach. And look, I'm sitting here talking crap about Thibs, and I don't like doing it. But tonight was just so bad to me that I got to call him out, man. I got to, right? Jose says defense and turnovers lost us the game, not Thibs. Jose, defense and turnovers lost us the game, but I think Tom Thibodeau played a part in it, Jose. I do. Whether you want to agree or disagree, cool, it's on you. But I think not going to your bench when they played so well in the first half, not going to DeLon Wright again. Hey, man. El Figgy says series is slowly slipping away. Yeah, look, it's not over, right? It's not over till it's over, but now you got to come home. You're down 3-1. You got to win one game at home and then send this back to Indiana, and then that game 6 will be your game 7, right? Now you got to win 3 straight against this Pacer team who has been playing lights out since, February, March? Remember, they were creeping back. They almost leapfrogged us in the standings. They were playing so well. Now you have to win 3 straight against this team. Do you see the Indiana Pacers losing 3 straight games? Let's be real. I don't know. I don't feel it. I don't. But I hope this Knicks team comes together and just don't lose in game 5. Right? Don't lose in game 5. Leo says never winning 3 straight in a million years. El Figgy says Mikal is also doing a whole lot of nothing. Yeah. Look, I talked a lot. Let's get to the Discord. Those of you in the TikTok, hop into YouTube. Link is in the description. I'm getting into my Discord calls now. I've talked a lot. Appreciate you guys in the TikTok. Hop into YouTube so you can hear the Discord callers. The Knicks fans go crazy. Smash the follow button if you haven't else already. Oh, man. I see Say Quizzy in the Discord. Let's get to Say Quizzy. Say Quizzy, what's going on? How are you tonight? Your New York Knicks fall. They're down 3-1.
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you. How are you?
This team, man, like, it was fun while it lasted to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but it ain't over. But it just felt over the way this team played. Like, I was hoping game 3 when we went down 20, we got lucky that game. So I'm praying, the Knicks is thinking we can't do that again. Like, that was probably our worst game. Deuce was in foul trouble, Brunson foul trouble, Cat foul trouble, and you end up winning that game. So I'm like, okay, you can't play worse than that. They play like this today. The slow starts to these quarters is killing me. First quarter, slow start. Third quarter, you do 3 turnovers for fast break points. It's what are we doing? Do we only play better down 20? Josh Hart, first quarter, 4 turnovers from 3 of them was lob passes. I'm bro, what is you doing? We don't need those. Then he's ball watching, giving backdoor cut layups. Defense was off. Bridges missing shots early, always.
Right?
It's nothing new.
That's clockwork.
We never see Bridges makes his open shots early. He probably make a first one, and then the rest of them gonna be bricks.
Yep.
Like we had a fast break with Bridges. He pulls a mid range. Like he's scared of contact. It's like, bro, come on. Like you gotta get it together. And then the Knicks with the inbound passes. With
Can't make
Pacers
it.
had 3 inbound passes. We gave up layups, open layups and dunks to drive right to the rim. Nobody's there. Third quarter, you in the bonus. You getting free throws, but guess what? You can't get stops. I feel like the Obi Toppin when he was going at Tibbs when he was on the Knicks. He don't know how to coach. We had freaking White out there, Wright, whatever his name is, doing good
Delon
outside of
Wright
the
was phenomenal.
turnover. Outside of the turnover, and then the layup, I'm not even mad at that he missed because he's the one that got the steal. So
Yep.
can't be mad that he got the layup and missed. But the one turnover he did, that's all he did. And after that, we don't see him. It's like, bro, we made it a close game when he was in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are we doing? Like, why are we trying to win the game in the third quarter? The game is not over. We got Brunson and them playing the full third quarter.
Trust
Like,
your
this is the
subs, right?
fourth.
Trust your subs.
I didn't understand that. I'm like, bro, why are we playing like third quarter's the last quarter? It's not the last quarter. You could put it right in them because we wasn't getting stops and we was the one in the bonus. Like Tibbs got to get it together. Like, and then you gonna put him in when we down by 11. You should have put him in early. Like, it's crazy to think that an injured Knicks team played better versus the Pacers. Like, we went to 7 with an injured team, basically playing bench players.
Yep.
Because Devo, well, he was a starter at that time, but Josh Hart, Hartenstein, bench players. We had no Randall, nobody, damn near nobody, and we went to 7. But it's like this team is not smart. Like the turnovers they do, it's so silly. And then when we do a turnover, Pacers score every time.
Every
But
time,
when
man.
we get a stop on the Pacers, we end up turning the ball right back over. Anytime we got to stop, it was either a cat, offensive foul, turnover, a bad pass. It's like, bro, like this team. Like, I understand some refs was like, it was kind of iffy with the calls, but it's like the Knicks needed stops, and they wasn't getting stops. Like, we were just scoring, and then they're scoring on the other end. Like, I don't know if the Knicks could win 3 in a row. I'm praying I'm wrong. I see this. I'm praying they win game 5. Give MSG something to cheer for. Be happy. Give us one win.
Don't lose
Because we
all
ain't winning
3
the
at
Garden
home.
yet. Like, I don't see us winning game 6. Like, I'm praying they could do it, but the way this team starts, it doesn't like get me hyped to be like, yo, we could win this. Because it's always slow. We always going down. We always the team that always got to come back. Because outside of probably game 1 and game 6 out of Boston, because I feel like game 1 we played good. We just didn't finish the game good.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like this team, I don't understand. Like game 3, you go down 20, you played the worst game, and then you come out like this. I'm thinking like y'all was gonna fix this and be like, yo, we gotta be better. Because I knew Pacers was gonna play better. So I'm like, they're not gonna do that again. So, and you can't beat no Pacers trying to outscore them. You got to get stopped. But that's all I got to say.
Hey, man, all great points. Appreciate the call. Say Quizzy. Yeah, the slow starts, the turnovers. I mean, Brunson had a few bad ones, and a couple of bad, one really bad one in the first half. Josh Hart, I mean, 4 bad ones in the first half. But, you know, I mean, hey, Delon Wright was awesome, and you didn't go back to him, and here we are. I mean, like you said, the inbounding sucked. I mean, Pacers, everything comes easy for the Pacers, right, it seems. So here we are. Yuri, what's going on, Yuri?
Hey, Ant, how we doing tonight?
Not
I know
good.
we had a loss, but yeah, not good, obviously. Well, why am I not surprised? I'm sipping my Diet Pepsi here because I was just watching that game and now I'm saying to myself, well, thank God I had the TV so muted because I did not want to even look at the game.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna say it, JB's having his worst series of his lifetime. I'm sorry. JB's having his worst series, Hart's having his worst series, and I'll be the one to say it now, I'm a Knicks fan. The Pacers are a better team, folks, whether y'all like to admit it or not.
They are.
They're the better team.
There's no denying it. There's no denying it.
They came back on us in game 1, and here's the thing. I said Knicks in 7, right? I'm still going to stand by that. But from what I've seen from this team, we overachieved this year. We overachieved.
I wouldn't say
Made
that
it
because
decent.
look, this Knicks team seemed like they were finding their groove versus the Celtics series, and in Game 1 versus Indiana, that pretty much the
They
choke
lost it.
job that they had against Indy was pretty much the tone setter of this series, and now here we are down 3-1. So
Right.
I'm not gonna say they overachieved because they look good. I mean, Cat hit a three, Knicks up what like 14, 7 minutes left. He's screaming to the crowd. You feeling good? You're like, wow, this team's going to the finals, and now here we are.
Next thing you know, game one choke job happens. These
Yep.
kind of games happen, guys. These kind of games happen when you choke a job like that. When your confidence is low, your mental is low. We could see this team trying to get it back together as the series went on. I'm not saying the series is over, Ant. I'm just giving my own take on it.
Yeah.
But your mental gets shot when you blow a game like that. And if you recover from it, you recover from it. You know what I mean?
Hey
You
Yuri,
can't
Yuri, loud
say
and clear says, where was your boy Mikhail tonight, Yuri?
he was taking a dump on Third Ave.
Oh
Was
man,
taking a dump on Third Ave and got ticketed over.
frustrating,
Listen,
man.
I'm not going to bash any players tonight, all right?
Yeah.
This was
Look,
just a bad loss in general. Now, I just hope you win Game 5. I'm probably not going to be around for Game 5, to tell you the truth, Ant, because I got Evans to run on that day. So I'm probably not going to be on a post-call episode. I'm giving you a heads up on that.
all right, Yuri.
I will sit. I'm
Got
going
it.
to end my point off with this. What I want to end off with saying is I don't want Knick fans to be upset about this series. I know you're going to be upset because it's going to be nearing the end soon. But I want everyone to look back on what we achieved. And I want everyone to say that this was a successful season
Not there
once
yet,
the
Yuri.
series is
Not there.
over.
We'll talk about that when the
I'm
season's
just
over.
giving y'all a heads up.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate the call, Yuri, as always. Thank you for the support, man. First and foremost, I saw somebody in the chat say that we should have never hit that Pacer fan with the garbage. First and foremost, I want to say praise up to the two Knicks fans that got stabbed in Indiana. Really unfortunate. And I hope that they're okay. They got stabbed in a Pacers bar. And I just hope they're okay. And you see the Pacers fan got thrown garbage at them and got courtside seats. So hope they're okay. L Figure with the last call of the night, and then we'll go ahead and end this. L Figure, how are you? What's going on?
It's a rough night, Ant. It's a rough night to be a Knicks fan tonight. Disappointing to say the least. Everybody here on Knicks Nation, you know that we are a community. We are a family.
Yeah.
I love this channel, and I think you're doing great work. Let me just say that first. I appreciate all the work, dedication, time, energy you've put into this YouTube channel over the season. It's fun. It's fun to chop it up with other Knicks fans. This team takes you on a wild ride. I call them bipolar all the time. Tonight was hard because I feel like the season's slipping, and it's going to be sad when the season's over.
Yeah.
I'm a Knicks fan first and foremost, so it's always a little rough to say goodbye. I'll say this. I love Yuri's optimism and saying, we had a good season. I'm not there yet just
Yeah,
because
I'm not
I
there
don't
yet
feel like
either.
I don't feel like we overachieved, and I'm going to explain why. You never know year to year what's going to come.
Exactly.
To say that this
Yep.
was a successful year,
It's right there
I
in
don't
front of you,
subscribe
man.
to that. I don't subscribe to that. If you had told me a month ago, you guys are gonna beat the Boston Celtics in 6. You guys are gonna beat the Detroit Pistons in 6. You're gonna beat the Boston Celtics in 6, and then you guys are gonna lose to the Indiana Pacers. I would have been like, what you smoking, man? That's never gonna happen. I wouldn't have believed that, and I'm gonna explain to you why. You have to strike while the iron's hot, guys, and these are the facts. We had a winning team this year. You don't know what's going to happen next year.
You don't?
We don't know what kind of personnel changes we're going to have over the summer. We don't know what kind of chemistry they're going to have. We don't know what can happen next year. We don't know if people are going to get injured. going into the playoffs. I'm sure if you had asked anybody a month ago, hey, who's going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, everybody would have said the Cavs and the Celtics. Everybody would have put money on that. Yet it's the Knicks and the Pacers, the third and fourth seed. And the fourth seed, because the third seed likes to piss away their chances, are up 3-1 tonight. And I will say this. Tom Thibodeau has been outcoached by Rick Carlisle. Every single loss so far. I won't even discuss game 1 because I can't. Game 2, leaving Campaign out there and sitting Karl Anthony Towns for 28 minutes makes zero freaking sense. No coach in their right mind would do something like that. By that logic, he sat Cat out, he said, right? Because my man likes to let the game dictate. If you had done that, game 3, Cat wouldn't have had his 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Because he only scored 4 points in 3 quarters of basketball. Cat was the one, he put us on his back. He took us into that. And again, Thibs just, I can appreciate what he has done for us. I'm with you, Ant. I appreciate what he's done for us. I appreciate how far he's taken us. But guys, have we come this far just to come this far? Is this all we have? Or have we hit our ceiling with Tom Thibodeau? I am not going to start a Tom Thibodeau fan club, and I'm not going to be the president of it. I'm a Knicks fan. I love the Knicks first. If Tom Thibodeau was the coach to take us to a championship, then so be it. But this is now the third season in a row where we have been eliminated from the playoffs, and in a very unlikely way. You know what? If you guys don't want to count last season because we were decimated by injury, fine. That's fine. I personally think last season, we extended some of these series longer than they had to be. It is what it is, guys.
Yeah.
But I would like a coach that's a little more, that makes adjustments, that makes sense when he puts in his player rotations make zero sense. And I've watched this over an 82-game season where we have gotten ourselves into trouble because he's taken certain guys. I'm like, what is he doing? Somebody was hot, or
it's really frustrating, hot. Especially tonight, Figgy. Especially tonight. So the season's over for you? It's done?
I don't want to say it's over because I called it Knicks in 7 at the beginning, but I don't see us winning 3 in a row. Yeah. I don't see us winning 3 in a row. But look, guys, let's keep supporting our guys. Let's keep going out. Pray for those 2 Knicks fans that got stabbed, by that crazy ass Pacers fan. And let's keep going, Let's go, guys.
Let's go. Appreciate the call, Figgy. As always, appreciate the calls from everybody. And yeah, she's right in a sense where you don't know what happens from year in, year out. Like, Celtics are out, Cavs are out. This is your opportunities to get to the NBA Finals. And yet you can't get past this Pacer team again. You don't know what next year's going to bring. You don't know. The NBA, the teams are always changing. Players are always moving from team to team to team. Everyone saw a clear path to the NBA Finals. Again, you're about to get taken out by the Indiana Pacers. Now it's not over. Feels over. But it just feels like if the Knicks go out in 5 or 6, it just feels like another. I know when we look back in a night in June, we're going to be like, yeah, that was a successful season. But a lot of Knicks fans would be like, what if? What if we made adjustments? What if we beat the Indiana Pacers? Golden opportunity, I feel like, is being wasted here. Right? So, we just got to get it together. Put a poll in YouTube chat. Is the season over? Yes, 53%. No, Knicks in 7, 47%. 17 votes. Hit some of your comments before I head up on out here and go to sleep. 12:18 a.m. Appreciate you guys rock on me. Terrible night. Oh, Dakota says crazy ass in Carmel, Indiana. That's where the rich live too. That's where the stabbing took place. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate that happened to 2 Knicks fans. Stanley says Carlisle runs circles around Thibs. Thibs predictable and a crap coach. I'm sleeping in my JB shirt till game 5, the Castro says. Yeah, guys. Joel says Great point. Imagine the people that saw the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Final in 2000 and the amount of time they waited. We cannot take this chance for granted. I'm sure in 2000 they were like, next year we can do it. Took them 25 years to get back to this point. I just feel like they're wasting a golden opportunity. It's frustrating. That game 1, I knew it at the time. The choke job, that's a series set. That's a tone setter. Sucks, man. But here we are. Find a way to win game 5. Send us back to Indiana. Appreciate you guys in the chat. As always, appreciate you guys for rocking with me. I'm going to try to get some sleep. Knicks in 7. Knicks in 7. I'll catch you guys next time. I'm Anthony. Peace.